Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 158 of my wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the recap, give you the review, let you know what's going on storyline-wise, and at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs. And when there's a pay-per-view, I will be doing a separate pay-per-view review for Bad Blood. That's what we'll be doing this week, but let's get into the recap. We got Monday Night Raw. Where the heck are they? They're in Evansville, Indiana. And we got the new Intercontinental Champion. Jey Uso makes his epic entrance through the crowd. You deserve it chants from the crowd, of course. Jey Emotional gives the crowd props for having Usos back the whole time. Jey thanks his mama, most of all, of course, gotta thank your mama. Uso wants to defend the Intercontinental Championship every single week. Alright, well, good luck with that. This piques the former champion's interest. Braun Breaker comes out for a little chat. Breaker, being a good sport about it, says Uso earned his respect and the better man won that night. Braun offers his hand for a shake, and Jey gives that hand a good old shake right there. Uso says we got some dogs barking, and that's it. I thought maybe Jey would offer up a rematch or something like that, but nah, just some mutual respect. A solid opening. And apparently, next week, Raw goes back to a 2-hour program. Now, I am immensely happy about that announcement. I was never a fan of Monday Night Raw going to 3 hours. That was one of the final nails in the coffin back in the day when I stopped watching it. Aside from Vicky Guerrero and the anonymous Raw GMs, the 3-hour thing for me, it would I would just fall asleep every single time. A kid in high school when I was watching back then, and yeah, I just decided, you know what? I'm wasting my 3 hours of time. I'm falling asleep every night anyway. I'm going to start playing more video games. And that's what I did. And so what I've heard is that it's only going to go for 2 hours until they go back to, or they go on to Netflix, which is soul crushing to me. So I will very much so enjoy a month or something of 2-hour Monday Night Raws, the way it should be. And then it goes back apparently to 3 hours, which sucks, because honestly, that extra hour, all it is more commercials, recaps of the show that you're watching, and yeah, man, just a lot of extra fluff that they don't need. If they have it 2 hours, then they're forced to put more meat on that bone, but nah, they'll just do 3 hours and have a whole bunch of recaps and more commercials, self-promotion, yada, yada, yada. Oh well, we get Rey Mysterio versus Xavier Woods up next. Rey with the West Coast pop and a springboard moonsault. Mysterio is on fire, a second West Coast pop and a crossbody, why not? Xavier pulls Rey's mask off accidentally on purpose. Woods rolls up Rey to snag the W. Rey with a lovely performance, pulling off a bunch of classic offense. All of a sudden, we can call it the West Coast pop again, which is awesome. Kofi asks Woods if he meant to take Rey's mask off. Woods says he didn't pull off the mask on purpose. Kofi got offered an Intercontinental Champion match from Jey Uso earlier, but Kofi decides to give it to Woods. Ah, that's nice. Karrion Kross is creeping on the New Day the whole time in the background. He's just you can obviously see him back there just creeping on them. So Karrion Kross still involved with the New Day. We get Lyra Valkyria versus Zoe Stack with PFC. Zoe, nice springboard dropkick. Sonya knees Lyra right in the head, and the referee doesn't see it. Zoe Z360 connects, pins, and wins. An alright quick match, some nice selling there from Lyra. PFC attack Lyra after the bell. Chance and Kiata, they come to the rescue, hit the keg stand on Sonya. And backstage, Chance and Carter fired up to take out PFC and then get back their tag team titles. Unholy Union arrive. They talk a little bit of trash. But yes, I am absolutely on board for Chance and Carter to get back on track in the women's tag team division. They're probably the best actual tag team that they have, all said and done. So I want them back. We get Adam Pearce with a bunch of security inside the Hell in a Cell structure. Pearce is allowing Punk and Drew one final time to speak to each other before the match. Drew, dressed to impress, looking real nice. Punk, not so much, just rocking like t-shirt and jeans. Drew goes off saying Punk will be getting fed through a tube after Drew is done with him. Punk says his wife kicked him out of the house because he's so angry. Wow. Punk will see Drew in Hell at Bad Blood. A good final promo from Drew. Punk pretty solid. But yeah, again, at this point, we're just waiting for the match to happen. There's not much more words that can be exchanged. There's not much more these guys can do to each other outside of murdering each other in Hell in a Cell. We get The Miz. He wants to speak with Strowman, but R-Truth has returned, interrupting The Miz. Hey, R-Truth's back. Strowman needs to go, so he leaves. Truth informs Miz they have a match versus AOP. Miz is less than happy. Poor Miz. Every time he gets put in matches, he doesn't even know he's going to be in. But also, hey, R-Truth is back. That's awesome. We get Sami Zayn interviewed, very confident he can beat Gunther and will not stop until Gunther gives him a shot at the title. We got a 6-man tag up next. It's Judgment Day. Dom, Carlito, and JD McDonough versus LWOs, Del Toro, Wild, and Dragon Lee. We got Del Toro nails a triple coast-to-coast on Judgment Day. That was sick. Thumbs up. LWO with the trio dive on Judgment Day. Finn Balor out of nowhere interference on LWO. Allows McDonough to hit the devil inside and Judgment Day win. Awesome adrenaline-filled performance from LWO. Wicked high flying. I mean, these guys are awesome. Judgment Day shady tactics prevail again. Really solid quick matchup right there, adding even more fuel to the Judgment Day LWO fire. I don't know how much more fuel they need, but let's just have a big ol' match. Like, let's do it. Let's have a ladder match would be so sick, but there's really nothing to fight for. But still, that would be sick. Fight for Dom. I don't care. Anyway, Finn cuts a promo, says Judgment Day never needed Damian Priest. That's mean. Liv says she's going to be the best home wrecker title stealer of all time. She's just going all in with it now. This summons Rhea Ripley with a shark cage. Brawl begins. Ripley tries to put Dom in the cage, but Liv is there to protect her man. Priest in the ring fighting with Judgment Day gets outnumbered. The usual thing. We get Damage Control video promo. They challenge Belair and Cargill for the tag titles. Io says she's already in Bianca's head. Yeah, sure, I'm down for that match. Should be, we've already seen it before, so it should be pretty good. We get Chad Gable with American Made versus Kofi Kingston with Xavier. Chad's forehead busted open just a little bit right there. I don't remember what happened to him. Crazy pinfall counterfest goes down. Chad power bridges his way out into a suplex. That was awesome. Thumbs up. Woods accidentally grabs Kofi's foot, messing up the Trouble in Paradise. Chad laughs at Xavier, nails the Chaos Theory on Kofi for the W. Good competitive matchup right there. Impressive work from Chad and Kofi. 7 out of 10. And Xavier's questionable decision, like why the fuck did you grab his foot? Just costing Kofi the win. So there we go. We get even more tension building between Kofi and Xavier. Every time I talk about it with a buddy at work, no one wants this to happen. We don't want Xavier to turn on Kofi, ruin the New Day, turn heel. I'm fine with Xavier Woods turning heel and like going on his own, but at the cost of Kofi Kingston and New Day, I don't know. But then again, New Day hasn't really been New Day for quite some time now. No Big E. They tried the Odyssey Jones thing. That was a massive failure. So I don't know, maybe New Day should go away. What do you guys think? We get the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther in the ring cutting a promo. Of course, Sami Zayn's cutting that off. Sami again demands a title shot from Gunther and or a reason why he won't give him a title shot. Gunther again tells Sami he's not on the champion's level. Sami pinned Gunther. Argument still holds. He pinned him for the Intercontinental Championship. That holds a lot of weight for Sami. Crowd chants, "You're a coward" to Gunther. Gunther admits, yeah, I am scared to ruin my reputation, losing to the likes of Sami Zayn again. Gunther says his daddy was impressed. He got flown out to WrestleMania only to watch Gunther lose. His dad was pissed. Not happy, pissed. Gunther proceeds to whoop Sammy's ass. It's all worth it because Gunther finally gives Sammy a title match. Great segment right here, getting some nice character development for Gunther, discussing his family pressure. So yeah, we're getting a little bit of opening up from Gunther. That's nice. Sammy, as always, passionate promo. Excellent. Thumbs up. We got a tag match. It's Awesome Truth, Miz and R-Truth versus AOP, Akeem, and Razor with the Final Testament. And it's Miz, out of nowhere, boots his own partner R-Truth in the head and leaves R-Truth alone in the ring. Karrion Kross is giggling hysterically. AOP hit a what a rush. I hate that name for a move. Anyway, they hit that on a lonely R-Truth for the W. Honestly, Miz kind of has a good case to ditch R-Truth. R-Truth always getting into trouble, getting him into matches they don't want to be in, but he also is R-Truth. He's awesome, and he does get them title matches every once in a while. So, I don't know, but nobody messes with R-Truth. Miz, you're a dead man. You're a dead man. Main event, last monster standing match. We're finally getting it. Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman. Here we go. Strowman bonks Bronson with the steel steps and then a choke slam through the friggin' announce table. This is like early. Thumbs up. Reed falls back onto a pile of stacked chairs that look painful as hell. Bronson Death Valley driver to Braun through tables onto the concrete floor. My God, that was rough. Reed tackles Strowman through the barricade, then a second barricade knocking over a row of real fake fans. That was sick. Reed starts hitting tsunamis on Strowman. The ref isn't making the 10 count. Reed loses his shit, starts attacking security, referees, and Pierce. We get a huge pile of people gathered to catch the 400-pound Strowman diving off of the top frickin' rope. Thumbs up. Bronson superplexes Strowman, collapsing the ring. At this point, I've seen that spot like 7 times. It's cool. Out of nowhere, it's Seth Rollins. He stomps Reed onto the steel steps. Strowman is able to answer the 10 count and wins, becoming 5-0 in last man standing matches. Well done, Braun. Braun, that's his name. Anyway, banger of a main event brawl. I think I enjoyed their just other brawls a little bit more, but this was awesome. A bunch of big spots, table crashes, Braun Strowman diving off of the top rope. That must have been horrifying to catch a man that big. 8 out of 10. Good go home Raw before Bad Blood. Gunther and Zayn, it's official now, so that's going to be sick. More padding for feuds, Punk, Drew, Liv, Rhea, all the same stuff. Miz betrays R-Truth. That is pretty damn interesting. See where that goes. I mean, Miz is a heel, man. He's a fucking heel. He thrives in the heel role, so it should be fun to watch him back in the heel role. Wrestling was decent. Main event, though, was wicked. Reed elevated to a main event level after that, feuding with Strowman. Reed gonna go into a feud now with Seth Rollins by the looks of it. So, yeah, Bronson Reed is now a main event level talent, I would say. 7 out of 10 for Monday Night Raw. And now we go to NXT. It's the big NXT in Chicago. And we got Shawn Michaels in the ring to welcome the Chicago crowd to the show. Triple H also appears, asks everybody, "Are you ready?" Oh, you better believe I'm ready, Triple H. Let's get into it. NXT Women's Championship match. Roxanne Perez defends against Julia. Julia, stiff shot to the champ, locks in a early STF, and John Cena, take notes. That's how you lock in a fucking STF right there. Roxanne, nice counter, out into a crossface. Julia, cool hammerlock suplex and an avalanche double arm suplex with a frickin' bridge, bro. Come on, now that's a thumbs up. Roxanne kicks out of that, though. Perez hits the pop rocks, but Julia is able to roll to the outside. Roxanne grabs her title, brings it into the ring. Julia spiked with a nasty DDT by a mysterious hooded leather-jacketed human. What the fuck? Roxanne nails another Pop Rocks, pins, and retains. Banger of a opening match. Fantastic wrestling from both Roxanne and Julia. Most certainly a spark. That's fair to say. I mean, I was very impressed with Julia. I haven't really seen her yet, and yeah, she is good. Great pace, counters, and transitions, and pretty stiff at times. The finish, a little bit unfortunate, but sets up for the rematch. And this hooded human turns out to be Cora fucking Jade. Let's go, baby. Oh my goodness. Has it been a year yet? Like, it's already been a year? I don't know. She was injured, gone for a very, very long time, came back, got injured, gone for another very, very long time, and now she's back again. Yay! Fraxium's playing video games, everybody. Axiom tells Nathan he has to control his rage. Frazier loses at the game, freaks out, and then he's like, yeah, I might have some anger issues. So that's some good stuff right there. Lexus King, with his facial hair, tells CM Punk about not cheating last week, trying to be a better man. Punk is like, yeah, cool, dude. I'm CM Punk. I'm awesome. Did you know that? I'm awesome. So, yeah. Lola Vice and Jada Pinkett are arguing backstage. Kalani tries to calm him down. Doesn't go great. Kalani says she's got a backup plan. Street fight time. Wes Lee versus Zachary Wentz. Zachary on the attackery. Squishes Wes into the steel steps with a shopping cart. Wentz choking Wes on the apron. They both fall off through a plywood board. I don't know why it had to be a plywood board, but it was. Wentz nails a trash can coast to coast. That would definitely make Shane O'Mac proud. Thumbs up. Lee slammed onto a upright chair that looked like it hurt. Wes trash can placed over him. Zach hits a swanton bomb. We get a near fall there. Zach shoved off the top rope, clears the table. Nasty looking bump right there. He was supposed to go through that table, and he cleared that thing. I mean, he nicked it a little bit, but that was rough. Wes double stomp onto the chair. Zach kicks out of that. Wes kicks Zach right in the ding-ding. Nails a chain wrap punch and a stomp onto the chair. Wesley pins and wins the Chicago street fight. A few nasty bumps in that one, that's for sure. Solid use of weapons. I didn't really feel the hatred in this match, though. Like, all the shit talk that they were doing before, I don't know. I didn't really feel it. Blood definitely would have helped out in this one. But it was still good. 7.5 out of 10. We get Miz TV on NXT with guest Obafemi and Tony D'Angelo. Miz getting big boos from Chicago after betraying R-Truth, damn right. Tony confident he's conquered his fears and will become North American champion. Obafemi is not buying what Tony is selling. Oba confident Tony cannot beat him. Both men stand up, get in each other's faces. Miz backs up and he starts enjoying the show. That was good. Really good segment right here. Miz was entertaining, doing a good job as the host. Tony fired up, and Oba super confident responses. Oba's really found his groove. Like, as a performer, he's great on the mic. He's just super confident. Like, yeah, man, really impressive stuff. Thumbs up. We got Roxanne Perez asking Cora Jade why she helped her. Cora says she likes this new Roxanne Perez. And Perez teases maybe they could become friends again. Oh my God, I would love that. Bitchy Roxanne Perez and bitchy Cora Jade, that would be a lot of fun. Excuse me. Tag team match time. Jada Pinkett and Lola Vice versus JC Jane and Fallon Henley with Nix. Lola double hip attack on Fatal Attraction. One cheek each. They each get a butt cheek to the face. Nick's shenanigans causes Pinkett to ditch Lola Vice. Lola takes a mean double knee, Fatal Attraction, win. Pretty solid match right there, Fatal Attraction. Pretty stiff performance. I like that. Fatal Influence say they are targeting Kalani Jordan, who is ringside. Kalani reveals her backup plan. It's the women's tag team champs, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Fatal Influence beaten down, and the good ladies standing tall. Yeah. We get NXT Championship match. Ethan Page defends against Trick Williams with special guest referee CM Punk. Ethan sends Trick crashing through the barricade. Trick gets egos edged through the announce table. That was awesome. Thumbs up. Punk doesn't want to count out Trick, doesn't want the match to end that way. Okay, I'll give you that. Trick cool pop-up into a bookend, gets a near fall. Ethan delivers a go-to-sleep to Trick staring down CM Punk. That was cool, but Trick kicks out. Page goes for the ego's edge again. Trick slips out, falls into Punk's arms. Punk places Trick into the corner, doesn't really do anything. Page hit with the Trick shot, pins, and new NXT champion. It is Trick Willie. That Trick era is back. What, 2-time champion now? Is it 3? I'm pretty sure it's 2. Awesome performance, though, from Ethan Page. Hit lots of big offense. Trick took a whooping, but he just kept coming back. Nice selling. Banger of a match right there. And CM Punk, didn't ruin the match. He didn't get involved. There's obviously going to be something there between Punk and Page. The way that Punk placed Trick kind of gently into the corner, but what else can he do? Just let him drop on the floor? I don't know. 8 out of 10. I like that match. We get Trick with the big confetti celebration to end the show. Fuck yeah, Trick Willie. A very good NXT in Chicago. Lots of good wrestling. Opener and the main event were bangers. Street Fight was really good. I just wish there was a little bit more animosity, a little more hatred displayed in that match. Then it would have been banger level. Cora Jade returns. That is just an awesome surprise. And I love that she is into Roxanne Perez now, because their original beef was that Roxanne, you're too nice, you're too meh, and now she's a bitch and she's a champion, and she's like, yeah, and Cora Jade's like, I like you now. I'm like, oh, that is so good. 7.5 out of 10. I love Cora Jade. All right, let's finish off the WWE recap with the SmackDown. They're in Nashville, Tennessee. I will admit, I really would love to go to Nashville someday. That place looks like a ton of fun. I don't even like country music all that much, but I want to go there. We get some guy named Hardy. He welcomes back AJ Styles. I don't really know who the heck Hardy is. I think he's a country guy. Anyway, great reception for AJ Styles from Nashville. AJ's moment is spoiled by Carmelo Hayes. Melo being rude, drawing heat from the crowd. AJ warns Melo that Knight is relentless. He will show up at your house and all that kind of stuff. Pretty funny. Both men jab at each other over their lack of championships. AJ says, fight me right now. Melo says, nah, this summons LA Knight. Yeah. Knight sweetens the pot. Winner between AJ and Melo gets a shot at the US Championship. Let's get into it. AJ Styles versus Carmelo Hayes. Doctor has to check on AJ's ankle, gives Melo a target. Now, I don't know if he's really hurt or not, so I really hope not. AJ doing his signature neck breaker, buckles his knee, and the referee has to call the match. Styles can't compete. AJ, very upset about it. I am as well. Knight makes things a little bit better, planting Melo with a BFT. Yeah, Melo wins a match, or he wins the match technically, so Melo earns a shot at the US Championship. A solid opening to the show, having Styles return. The match was okay. I mean, not really, because AJ may not be okay, which is very not okay, because, dude, he just came back. So hopefully this is storyline. They're sometimes a little too good at doing this, where they blur the lines on injuries, and I just want to hope and make sure that AJ is okay. But now we got a dumpster match. It's Michin versus Chelsea Green. So first person to go into the dumpster and have the lid closed on them loses, and the other wins. Idiot. All right, Michin and Green smacking each other with kendo sticks. Michin runs face first into a baking sheet. Green counters counters the Eat Defeat and hits a Canadian Destroyer out of nowhere. Michin crushes Chelsea into a trash can with a top rope senton. That looked awesome. She absolutely splatted onto that trash can. Looked great. Thumbs up. Piper, dressed like a garbage cowgirl, I don't know what the fuck she's wearing, attacks Michin and then dances. Michin powerbombs Chelsea through a table into the dumpster. Beautifully executed. Wow, they just perfect. Thumbs up. Michin closes the lid and wins. Chelsea emerges from the dumpster covered in dookie. Awesome finish right there. Entertaining dumpster match. Chelsea an absolute champion. Great work from her. Getting the dookie on her. She's so awesome. Michin, big win, building big momentum for her. Maybe a title shot in her future at some point, but god damn, that powerbomb through the table into the dumpster, that was so beautiful. Like, they didn't have a lot of room for error there. Easily could have cracked her head on the dumpster, but they nailed it. 7 out of 10. Bayley tells Naomi when she defeats Nia Jax for the title, Naomi will be the first one to get a shot at the title. Bayley in the ring calls out the champion. Nia and Tiffy answer Bayley's call. Bayley, listing off the great female champions, admits that Nia is starting to work her way into that conversation. I don't know about that. Bayley plays some mind games with Tiffy, making her upset. Tiffy fires back, tells Bayley to bow down to Nia. Bayley fires back, calls Tiffy a stupid bitch. Straight up, that was fucking hilarious. Bayley takes out Tiffy and Nia, looking like an absolute badass. Tiffy notices a down Nia, ponders the briefcase for just a moment, but Nia pops back up, stares down Tiffy like, don't you fucking dare. That was awesome right there. I really enjoyed all that. Bayley looked awesome. I loved her delivery of that stupid bitch line. So good, so good. I love they don't have to swear all the time, but when they do it right at the right times, it hits so good. Backstage, Chelsea stinking up the backstage with all the dookie. Numerous superstars are disgusted. Chelsea is flustered. Poor Chelsea. We get Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton. Naomi, nice split leg drop on the apron and a backpack driver. Very nice. Tiffy, cool handstand counter into a stiff drop kick right to Naomi's face. How you doing? Naomi, counter into a roll-up, grabs the big win. Good competitive matchup right there. Tiffy, ridiculous athleticism and strength on display. Naomi, unique offense, good chemistry with Tiffy. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Good little match. Backstage, Nia Jax forces Tiffy to promise she will never cash in on Nia. Tiffy assures Nia she would never do that, and again, we continue to tease. Tiffy may cash in on Nia. I'm liking it, man. I like it. We get Jacob Fatu cuts a love-filled promo backstage, telling everybody that he loves them. Yeah, I love you. I love my tribal chief. I love ice cream. I love. Thumbs up. We get main event time. Triple threat ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa defending against the Street Profits, Dawkins and Ford, and DIY, Ciampa, and Gargano. Profits and DIY immediately gang up on the Tongans. Dawkins dive wipes out the Tongans while they are holding the ladder. Ford with a Superman dive to follow right after. Hell yeah, thumbs up. Tama shattered machine off of the ladder by DIY. That looked awesome. Loa gets a meet in the middle with a ladder on his head. All of that was awesome. Thumbs up. Profits with the super blockbuster Doomsday device. Ford almost kills himself. He tries to dive over the ladder to do it. Kind of goes sideways a little bit. It looked like a rough fall, but I think everyone's okay. DIY beat the bejesus out of the Tongans with chairs. Ford puts Loa through a table with a beautiful frog splash. DIY and Profits shield powerbomb Tama through the announce table. He's dead. DIY and Profits fighting on the ladder. They all go crashing through a ladder. They go backwards onto a ladder. Oh, just nasty stuff. Thumbs up. Tongans swoop in. Loa with the most awkward way to pull down the titles I have ever seen, and the Bloodline retain. Fucking Loa's up there. Normally you pull the championships down. This guy, he climbs the ladder, gets right up onto the top step, super shaky, looks so uncomfortable, and then grabs the whole entire hook and pulls down the whole, rig that's holding up the championships. Never seen that one before. Fucking, that was awkward and scary to watch. Anyway, awesome main event match. Lots of wicked big spots, great use of the ladders. Aside the way that Loa grabbed the titles, that was scary. But all three squads were great in this match, man. Table spots, this was very close to a TLC match. I mean, obviously they're not gonna, no one's ever gonna match those original TLCs, but this was a lot of fun. 8.5 out of 10. And a banger of a show in Smashville. Dumpster match and a ladder match. Like, I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous. That's not fair. Cool to get AJ back, but not cool if he's actually hurt. That would suck. Tiffy and Nia getting a wedge put between them by Bayley. That's been very, very good. 8 out of 10. This was a really fun show. And now we will go to the land of AEW. We got Dynamite, and it's the 5-year anniversary of Dynamite in Pittsburgh. We get Moxley, Pac, Claudio, and Shafir deliver a message to Bryan Danielson. They are coming for Bryan's title, and there will be casualties. Moxley plans to retire Danielson. Ooh. Now we have the International Championship match. Will Ospreay defends against Ricochet. Both men with some impressive flippy counters. Ricochet wicked Rana off of the barricade. Oz Cutter connects on the apron, my goodness. Ricochet with the super Rana. Ospreay sticks the landing. That's so classic, so badass. Ospreay, nice counter into a Styles Clash and Oz Cutter. Ricochet kicks out. Ricochet nails the shooting star press. Finally, Ospreay kicks out though. Ospreay hits the hidden blade absolutely out of nowhere, collapses onto Ricochet. Referee counts both men's shoulders down for the 3 count, and it's a draw. Oh no you don't, says Ricochet. Restart this match, and that's exactly what they do. Ospreay hidden blade connects, but Takeshita shows up attacking Ospreay and Ricochet, and the match is disqualified. What the fuck? Takeshita holds up the title as the crowd calls him an asshole. Banger of a matchup between familiar foes to open up Dynamite. I mean, ridiculous counters, stiff strikes, big bumps, nice high flying, the usual greatness out of Ricochet and Ospreay. But the restarting of the match, that was very pointless if you were just going to end up with a stupid finish like that where it just ends up getting disqualified. What's the point of that then? So I didn't like that double count. If the champion, if it's a draw like that, champion should win. It's champion's advantage, so Ospreay wins that match, in my opinion. 8 out of 10, though. Mercedes Moné bragging backstage. MVP appears, gives Moné his business card. Oh my, yes. MVP, Mercedes Moné, that's a match made in heaven. Let's do it. It's the Ass Boys backstage saying they gonna whoop Hangman's ass for trying to hang Juice Robinson. Hangman appears, attacks the Ass Boys with a chair. And now it's TV time with the Learning Tree. Jericho brags about the new TV deal that AEW has signed. Congrats. Jericho looks to become a 9-time champion, challenging Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Briscoe and the conglomeration arrive to the ring. Briscoe points out Jericho's shenanigans helping get wins. Jericho tells Mark he'll never be as good as his late brother Jay Briscoe. Ooh, that's a low blow. Mark rightfully drops Chris with a punch. Briscoe accepts Jericho's challenge. Real good stuff right there from Chris and Briscoe. Looking forward to that match. Should be really good. We get Darby tells a story about dealing with some douchebags on a bus as a teenager. Darby announces an open challenge to anyone for a match at WrestleDream. Yeah, I mean, it's a story about Darby dealing with bullies. Yeah. Hangman, Adam Page versus Juice Robinson. Hangman and Juice brawling into the crowd. Juice splashes what looks like milk or something onto Hangman and then tosses a fan's $20 popcorn at him. I hope that popcorn got replaced. Juice with the cannonball to Hangman through the barricade. Page fallaway slams Juice into the corner turnbuckle. That looked very, very painful. Hangman's sneaky dick kick and a buckshot lariat picks up the victory. Good effort from Juice. Nice to see him have a match without any outside help. I think that might be the first time I've ever witnessed something like that out of Juice. Hangman's solid, mean performance. 7 out of 10. Hangman hangs Robertson over the ropes with his belt, choking him out. Jay White returns out of nowhere and puts a whooping onto Hangman. Fighting spills out to the crowd and White tackles Page through a table. Damn, welcome back Jay White, the leader of the Bang Bang Gang. We get Jack Perry arrives, immediately gets challenged to a title match at WrestleDream by Shibata. Perry says this will be considered and then attacks Shibata. We get Bryan Danielson fired up video promo, says fuck you to Moxley, proud of the first 5 years of AEW, and he's gonna beat Okada in the main event tonight. Good promo from the champion. We get Britt Baker versus Serena Deeb up next. Deeb locking Britt up like a pretzel. Baker avalanche air raid crash, gets a near fall. Baker applies the lockjaw and Deeb forced to tap out. Baker remains undefeated in her hometown of Pittsburgh. 5-0, baby. Deeb, nice submissions, good chemistry between Britt and Serena. Really solid match right there. Deeb jumps Britt after the bell, and it's Queen Aminata to the rescue and then celebrates with Baker. We get Hook interviewed about his dad Taz getting attacked earlier or last week or something. Hook, obviously upset, says he's going to find whoever did it. Poor Taz. I mean, I don't know anything about this. I didn't see it on anything unless they did it on Rampage. I'm not watching Rampage right now because I just can't. I can't do it. AEW Women's Champion Mariah May trash-talking Willow Nightingale, calling her a loser. Willow shows up, smacks Mariah into face. Both women get separated as the feud begins to build. We get Private Party, Cassidy, and Quen versus the Iron Savages, Boulder and Bronson. Quen, nice dive, nails Boulder. Private Party pick up a very quick, no-nonsense win, a damn near squash match. Cassidy cuts a promo, says Private Party will be the next AEW Tag Team Champions. Party call out the Bucks for a match. Bucks arrive, bragging about building up AEW. Bucks suggest a title match right here, right now. Actually, Bucks don't want to wrestle in Pittsburgh, so they decline. Never mind. Perry attacks Private Party, Bucks join in on all the fun, and Shibata arrives to chase away the Elite. Backstage, Christopher Daniels announces a trio match for Rampage. Yeah. MVP has an announcement, but gets cut off by Nana, who wants a match with MVP. Apparently Nana used to be a wrestler. Alright, MVP was too. MVP has a different opponent in mind. It's Shelton fucking Benjamin, baby. Shelton Benjamin is all elite. Shelton steals Nana's coffee and then leaves. I love you, Shelton Benjamin. I'm not expecting a lot. You know, Shelton is at the later portions of his career right now. I imagine he's going to get hooked up with someone. Maybe he joins in with MVP, gets in there with Mercedes Moné, and yeah, they can start up a new Hurt business or something. Main event. Title for title match. Continental Championship. Okada putting that on the line versus AEW champion Bryan Danielson. So the rule is Danielson only has a 20-minute time limit to beat Okada for his title. After the 20-minute time limit, only Danielson's title will be on the line. All right. Danielson cracks Okada with a stiff forearm. Bryan, the bell lock applied. Okada barely makes it to the ropes and escapes. Danielson nails the psycho knee, but Okada rolls out of the ring as the 20-minute time limit runs out. Bryan, wicked springboard senton to the outside. Okada then destroys Bryan with a tombstone onto a steel chair. Oh, wow. Bryan stomping in Okada's head. Rainmaker out of nowhere cleans Bryan's clock. Okada hits Bryan with the psycho knee, and Bryan hits Okada with a stiff Rainmaker. I love when they trade finishers. Thumbs up. Pac and Claudio appear in the crowd watching Bryan. Danielson doesn't give a shit. Backslide to Okada, pins, and retains. Methodical feeling out process at the beginning of the match went on for quite some time, kind of slow. The pace ramped up throughout, though. Stiff wrestling, banger of a match right there, 8 out of 10. Okada furious at Pac and Claudio screaming and yelling his way to the back. Pretty funny. Claudio and Pac restrain Danielson as Moxley shows up. Moxley says it isn't about them, it's about something bigger. Still speaking in riddles. Wheeler Yuta arrives to defend Bryan. Mox gives Yuta a hammer. Yuta gets jumped. Little brawl happens. Yuta tells Moxley they have to go through him if they want to go get through Danielson. A tag match is announced for next week. Yay! And that's the end of the show. Really good 5-year anniversary show. I like the videos of the big Dynamite moments sprinkled throughout the show. Wrestling mostly really strong throughout. I really just don't care for Hook or Yuta storylines right now. Like, I'm just not into Hook or Yuta. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. International title picture is exciting. You get Takeshita potentially versus Ospreay and Ricochet. That would be a ridiculous three-way. Jericho and Briscoe, that was some good shit. MVP brings in Shelton Benjamin. That makes me very, very happy. Danielson getting into a feud with the Poetic Moxley. Oh, buddy, that is going to be a massacre. 7.5 out of 10 for the Dynamite. And now we got Collision. They're in Toledo, Ohio. And we got Darby Allin versus Johnny TV. Johnny Russian leg sweeps Darby off of the apron. That's a mean bump for both men. Johnny impressive spinning slam. Misses the Starship Pain. Darby Code Red and a odd coffin drop forces Johnny down for the pin and wins. A pretty good opening matchup right there. Johnny unique offense. Then Darby cuts a promo, challenges anyone to fight him at WrestleDream. Eventually, Brody King arrives, attacking Allin on the stage. King powerbombs Darby onto the apron and accepts the challenge for WrestleDream. Brody loves beating up Darby Allin, so that should be a very entertaining match. I have to go back to the finish on this one. Very strange. Johnny TV standing, taking the coffin drop, and Darby, the way that he forced down the pin, was something odd about that match. Anyway, moving on. It's the Outrunners. Yeah, they are teaching FTR how to be cool. Awesome video package right there. They're working out, they're spray tanning, they're getting tans. Like, oh man, I love this. Now we get the Outrunners. Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum versus Grizzled Young Veterans, Gibson and Drake. Outrunners, lots of 80s style offense like the Atomic Drop, baby. Turbo goes on a scoop slam spree, even slams Magnum onto Grizzled Young Vets. Love it. Thumbs up. Outrunners roll up, pins, and grab a huge W right there. Highly entertaining performance by the Outrunners. Well done selling by the Grizzled Young Vets, playing along with the gimmick. Good stuff. Very fun, old school tag team match. 7 out of 10. I love the Outrunners. Conglomeration hanging out with Willow backstage. Briscoe, classic insane, rambling promo, fires up everybody except Orange, who's just too cool to get hyped up. We got Willow Nightingale versus Trish Adora. Adora, impressive standing submission into a neckbreaker. Like, she's just holding up Willow. Willow is a big gal, and that's impressive strength. Willow nails the sit-out powerbomb for the W. Solid competitive matchup. Trish looking pretty good against a tough opponent. Willow attacks Mariah May, who was watching ringside. Willow attempts to end May with a powerbomb into the stairs. May manages to get away, thankfully. And yeah, man, May versus Willow, that would make for a really good matchup. I would love that. Excuse me, goodness gracious, almost died. Christopher Daniels tells Mariah the winner between Willow and Baker on Tuesday gets a shot at May's title. Mariah is pissed. Claudio and Yuta have a one-on-one conversation. Yuta, very upset, demands answers. Claudio says he's never steered Yuta in the wrong direction, unlike Bryan Danielson. Yuta has to ponder this for quite some time. Can't even come up with a response. We move on. It's Wheeler Yuta versus Beef. His name is Beef. It's Beef. Wheeler locks in the cattle mutilation on Beef, and Beef is cooked. Love the name Beef for a wrestler. Hopefully we get to see Beef again. The crowd liked it. They were doing the Beef chants, but yeah, that's a fantastic name right there. Hook calls out whoever attacked Taz to a match on Tuesday. All right, cool. Conglomeration. Orange and Kyle O'Reilly versus Premier Athletes Daivari and Tony Nese with Sterling and Woods. Premier Athletes, nice slam and a 450 splash combo. They get a near fall. Cassidy, nice tornado DDT counter. Romero gets into it with Daivari and Sterling in the ring. Briscoe arrives, fights with Woods. Sterling, still in the ring, wants to fight Rocky, gets dropped by Orange instead. Beach break, Conglomeration wins. That match got way off track, bro. Like, holy crap, that outside interference. Like, everyone who was involved on the outside just got into the ring, stayed in the ring, pretty much just put on a little wrestling match. What the fuck? Good wrestling from the wrestlers who are supposed to be in the match. Solid teamwork and match, I guess. I don't know. We get Lance Archer. Going on another backstage rampage, beating up on security. Don Callis appears, asks Lance, are you still with Jake Roberts? Lance is like, yeah. All right, good to know. We get TNT champion Mercedes Moné hyping up her muscle, Camille. Statlander interrupts, being rude to Moné and Camille. Why would you do that? Fatal 4-way. Hologram versus Nick Wayne versus Action Andretti versus Commander. My goodness. Andretti on fire. Smooth roll through the rope. Hits a senton and a springboard moonsault. Hologram with a 2-for-1 DDT brainbuster. Then a torpedo dive. My goodness. Thumbs up. Commander springboard poison Rana. Walks the ropes and nails a shooting star press. My goodness, that was beautiful. Hologram awesome counters, nails a UFO Blue Thunder bomb on Andretti to grab another win and remains undefeated. Banger. Absolute banger. Non-stop action. Everyone had time to shine, especially Hologram, and Andretti was feeling it out there too. They should do like more of these 3 to 6-way matches. I think it's, instead of having constant 3 to 10-man tag team matches, if you want to have a bunch of people getting some time to shine, 4-way matches, man. It gives everybody a better chance to shine instead of tag team matches where most of the time the guys are just hanging out on the apron, not doing anything. Time. Zoe Lynn versus Chris Statlander. Squash match right here. Statlander wins. Moné arrives with Camille. The CEO is upset with Chris for the earlier disrespect. Moné sends Camille to deal with Statlander. Camille big boot and a crossroads-like move takes down Chris. We get Darby parking lot promo. Darby says he's the one who told Tony Khan to hire Brody King, so respect is demanded. Well, good job, Darby. We get main event 3-way tag team match. Buddy Matthews, Malachi Black versus Top Flight, Darius and Dante Martin versus Private Party, Cassidy and Quen. Quen dives into a knee. Cassidy caught by House of Black, slammed hard into the apron. Darius and Cassidy both hot tag, hitting big offense on each other. That was cool. Rarely get to see that. Both guys hot tagging at the same time, and then they just beat the shit out of each other. Thumbs up. Malachi saves Buddy from the gin and juice. House of Black, wicked jackhammer, diving stomp combo. Cassidy somehow kicks out of that. Andretti trash talks House of Black, causing a ruckus. Private Party, big dive, takes out everybody. Gin and Juice connects, and Private Party with the big win. Massive momentum W for Private Party before they take on the Bucks for the titles. Good performances all around, fast-paced match. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Good show in Toledo, setting up more Wrestle Dream stuff. Darby and Brody should be hard to watch, we'll say that. Private Party getting a really decent push lately. Can they win Tag Team Gold? Maybe. I love the Outrunners. More 80s styled over-the-top videos. Please, those are so freaking good. 2 squash matches, not impressive. Though I am semi-intrigued by the Beef. I would like to see him come back. Mostly good wrestling throughout. 7 out of 10. And let's slide over to the 3 stars. Bad Blood will be into, I'll slide that into next week's 3 stars, all right? So, we got a couple of shout-outs. Trick Williams versus Ethan Page for the NXT Championship. That was some damn good stuff right there. Really like Ethan Page's performance. I would say overall a really nice short and sweet run for Ethan Page. Yes, it looked like a transitional champion, but the fact that he got the championship, that was such a surprise, and I'm really happy that he got the championship. Also want to shout out the 4-way match, Hologram, Commander, Andretti, and Nick Wayne on Collision. That shit was awesome. I would love for them to start doing more of those. At least try to sprinkle 1 or 2 of those onto their programming once a week. That would be nice instead of constant 20-man tag team matches. And now for the official 3 stars of the week. 3rd star goes to Roxanne Perez versus Julia, NXT Women's Championship match. Really got a good look at Julia in this one. She is awesome. Great chemistry with Roxanne. A little unfortunate with the finish there, but a returning someone, Cora Jade, is awesome. Good enough for the 3rd star. 2nd star goes to the last Monster Standing match. Reed versus Strowman. 2 big some bitches just destroying each other, going through tables, and yeah, man, it was a spectacle, a main event making match for Bronson Reed for sure. Good enough for the second star, but the firster has to go to the triple threat ladder match on the SmackDown. Profits versus DIY versus Bloodline. It's a ladder match. I love them. So, of course, it's getting the first star of the week. And that's the show, everybody. I will have the Bad Blood pay-per-view review out as soon as I can. It'll be coming. So be on the lookout for that one. In terms of what else we got going on with the GX Plus cast this week, the NHL season has fucking started, baby. So that shit is on their way. We'll be talking about the games that are going on, some of the news and all that crap that's going on. Jeremy Swayman, got to talk about him. And I continue on the horror month with the Gamer Cast. Not going to tell you what the episode's going to be this week. It's already done. She's ready to go. And yeah, that'll be out on Friday, I believe I have it set for. So be on the lookout for another horror-themed episode of the Gamer Cast. And I think Wrestle Dream is this weekend. So I'll have a Wrestle Dream pay-per-view review along with the wrestling recap next week as well. There we go, everybody. Another episode down. Thank you so much for listening. You want to be even more awesome? Make sure you're reviewing the podcast and share it with 30 or 40 of your closest friends and family, all that great stuff. There's a Twitter page you can follow. I put up announcements as best as I can. I got a YouTube channel where I upload all of these podcast episodes. You can watch them on the the Gamer GX videos YouTube channel. Go over there. All the links are in the description. Go over there, subscribe. Great place to drop a comment. You want a question answered live on the podcast. Shout your name out, answer your question, anything about wrestling, hockey, video games. Outside of that, I'm no expert. Not even an expert in the stuff that I'm talking about, but here we are. I'll try. And there's an email address you want to have a private conversation. My door is open for everyone and anybody. There we go, everybody. Another episode down. Hopefully you're having a good day. It's a gorgeous day here, but I got to go to work, so I can't enjoy the niceness of the day. But hopefully you're having a good day, and we'll be back with some more GX Plus Cast.